trip before it gets busy, you know what I mean? Do you get a load when you come back here?
I mean, this week it's actually been pretty good.
Oh, but
spring break.
Last time I did this key was January and we were fully loaded coming out.
Yeah.
But it must be busy around the time, still steady, right?
It's steady, but it's not like crushed, you know? So it's not bad.
Imagine if you were still doing the 14 though during this time. But it's only down to 2 buses on night run now, on all day runs.
That's how it is.
Did I tell you all of these 2005s of the 7900s? I got them all.
Got them all?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got, I think, about 88 out of 99 active buses in all these series.
That's pretty good.
And I got a new 7800 finally as well.
Oh, yeah?
7898. Yeah.
Is that at a big park or where?
Yeah, it was sitting at Anderson, but they dispatched it in March, I think. I don't know if this is a true rumor, but with buses getting busy again, they're exploring opening up AG again, which I don't know how. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I heard for September, but you know, you keep hearing that, right? Like, oh, September.
Oh, I wanted to tell you I got on a special Arctic the other day.
Oh,
Remember what happened to 6072?
yes.
And they created 6094 out of that bus.
They put 2 together, right?
Yeah, it was Arizona 8107, and then the other half was Calgary, then the other half was Arizona. And man, you know how the Arctics aren't that fast?
Yeah.
It's a rebuilt, right? This one had some get up and go. I could feel it on takeoff.
That's awesome. Is it out of Big Park or where?
No, Stony Grass.
Okay, that's okay.
There's no Arctics on the roads today.
No. Well, I might get that one because I have to do the 82 in a few weeks, and it's with an Arctic. So.
Oh, you taking me on the Arctic,
I like that. I like that.
I'll come out then.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your route next week,
Oh,
though?
next week it's my favorite of everything. It's the 11.
Oh, sweet.
I know, right? Beautiful 11.
754. It's got an ISC in it, and the brakes are so warm. And it's an experienced driver, but this time it was the bus. Oh, the brakes and retarder was terrible.
Yeah, sometimes you can't do anything about it.
Oh, did I tell you 7708 is finished?
Oh, really? Okay.
You know, it's not official, but it hasn't been seen since December 1st.
Oh, really? What happened to it, do you think?
Well, you know what, though? You know they're retiring our 2001s, right? They check the condition of the buses.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one pulls, eh? You can feel it.
Yeah, it's not a bad bus.
But I can feel my back go back a little bit once you take off. So how was your Easter?
It was actually pretty good, yeah. It was small. Just had my kids come over. I made lasagna. That was good. How was yours?
Good, I didn't overdo it on the chocolate this year.
Me neither. I just had 2 things. Mini eggs and an Easter cream egg. That was it. I was responsible.
So you're doing the same 82 key again coming up here.
Yep, that afternoon. I think it starts at 12 or something. I'm not sure, but it's an afternoon. Yeah.
You started at 12:44 on that key. Maybe it is a different.
I don't know.
Yeah. If you can notice, there's a bit of a hole in the floor here. Yeah.
Yep.
My bus broke down on me a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
8094 quit.
Oh, what happened to it?
But I mean, I was just boarding the 2 and it decided not to go anywhere. You know how the ramps blow a fuse sometimes? I think they may have blown a fuse and the ramp was operating fine and it was all the way in, but it kept saying the ramp was activated. As a result, the front doors wouldn't close. Didn't you have a 77 yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you take Monday off like you...
I ended up working. I was going to, but then I was like, no, I should work. Yeah.
Because that's why I didn't come out and do your route on Monday, because you said you might take Monday off. So, and
I was really thinking about it, but then I thought, no, I may as well just work,
you tried to get all the freebies, I see. This is fun when you have a 77, you're on the highway, you can hear that motor in the back. How was the bus you had yesterday?
It was really good, actually, yeah.
It was 22, I believe. I check on Transit 55.
Yeah. No, it was good. The main thing I needed was the wipers, and they worked fine, so...
I was gonna come out yesterday and I was just on my way, but then the weather freaked out.
Yeah, the north really got hit.
I got footage of that blizzard though. Yeah.
Get a lot of snow out there?
Oh, we got a fair-sized dump.
Yeah.
How about you?
Not, I mean, like, maybe that much.
Yeah.
Not that much at all, really.
But they said the snowfall warning was kind of a split in Calgary. The north got hammered really bad.
Yeah. Well, they didn't want us all afternoon on the radio. They were like, don't call us. Stop calling us unless if it's an emergency. Yes, otherwise, don't call.
There was lots of change-offs yesterday due to broken wipers, right?
Yeah, probably. There's lots of stuck buses everywhere.
I feel like we're doing a 14 right now when you do this part.
Well, as long as I turn left at the top of the hill, we're good.
I ate 4 plates worth of food yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it was split up. But I think it was a little cooler and snowier, so I was hungry at like 4 p.m. I ate. Then I ate a big thing late last night, so.
That's alright.
Staying out of trouble.
Trying to, yeah.
Man, there's a couple holes on this bus here. They need to do some body work. And you want to get 20 years out of this bus, it runs perfect.
Yeah, that's been pretty good,
Will they work on the body sometimes, like if they have to?
I've definitely seen them doing stuff. Yeah, they've got all the parts and equipment to do it.
Imagine if they gave you 7841, that bus with no heat.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've been on this one.
Yeah.
I remember when this bus used to have a wrap on it.
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you 8077 no longer has the Crime Stoppers wrap? You know the crime. Yeah. It's all white at spring right now.
I see, yeah. So it's just in the middle of being something else.
See, growing my beard back again, as you can see.
Yeah, you got your hair all long. You look like you should be in a folk band or something. Playing the banjo.
Getting a lot of compliments from my lady friends.
Yeah, you look good.
In the summer, I'll have to cut it though if it gets up to 35.
Yeah. It's a bit too long.
This is perfect, so you finish at Bridelwood and then you don't have to go far.
That's right, yeah. It's pretty good.
So you are doing the 11 next week. Perfect.
Yeah.
12:56.
I think something like that, yeah.
Because I know the driver who does it. He must.
It's Jerry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guy who I got with the shit bus that day.
Okay. Yeah.
Experienced driver, but the bus was crap. But if the bus doesn't break down and they give you that, what can you do, right?
Stuck with that. Thank you. You're welcome.
If the bus was too rough, though, I would just request a change off. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. A few years ago, I was waiting for the bus. I was doing the 11,
Yeah.
and I'm standing there at Fish Creek waiting for it, and then Jerry comes up, and he's standing there, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna be going to work." And I'm like, "No, I don't think you are. I think you're on vacation this week."
Did he just laugh?
And then the bus showed up, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's my bus." And he's like, "No, I think that's my bus." I'm like, "No, you better call dispatch."
If I get you, do you stop at Mackenzie Town Terminal? I'm sure you do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it beside the 23? And you're a little further down because I know. Yeah. I've done this route before. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's not bad. They changed it a little bit. Like now, instead of going back on McIver, like we kind of pop back into Copperfield and do a little bit.
It used to run every 20 minutes before rush hour, but I think now it's once every half an
Yeah,
hour.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
And they cut service on the 3. You want to know what the 3's like at night now? Only 4 buses on the 3. It must go. Yeah. And there's no Arctics on it today.
Oh, wow.
Why wouldn't they dispatch any Arctics?
I guess they just don't need them, but hopefully.
Or maybe it's snowy in some spots too, right? And it's just not. But here is fine. I don't get. But maybe up at Sandstone it might be snowy and they decided not to do any. When you started the 30, I think you had another. This is the Series 2 7900. I think you had 19 on your first day on that route. 7919. I know what bus you have because Oh, you know what's shocking? Didn't you have 8003 one day?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're moving them to VP for temporary use because buses are breaking down. So they're having to move buses, spring buses, to VP for temporary use. I don't like the Nova buses, to be honest.
No, I don't like them either.
81s are okay, but I even don't care for those.
Yeah.
They're just sluggish, too.
Yeah, they sure are.
Like, this bus would beat it by a mile. Are you doing the max tail anytime soon?
No, I got the Max Yellow though. I think sometime maybe at the beginning of June or something like that, I've got the Max Yellow.
You might get a former Anderson bus. You've already had a couple.
Okay, yeah.
Were you shocked when you got 7904 and stuff? Because you haven't seen that on the road forever, right?
But yeah, it's like, what's this bus?
Anderson,
Yeah.
where they keep all the old buses.
Yeah.
This is nice when there's not, you don't have a load on.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I hear the tail's busy again, eh? There's that certain key on Max Tail where he's just loaded. I got unlucky one day, he had to punch out a service I was on, but there was already 50 to 60 people on. You probably had to do that on occasion, right?
Yeah.
And you're not really out of service, you're just saying, hey, I can't fit any more people
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Are we almost in Copper already?
Thank you. You have a great day.
Are we almost in Copperfield already? Wow.
Oh, we're getting there, yeah.
George taking me on this bus too.
Really?
You know, it's been over a year since he retired.
January.
You relieved him a couple times, I think. This poor bus, I'm gonna film the floor, there's holes in it. That's just wear and tear probably, right?
Yeah.
Any breakdowns recently?
Let me think. Not really. It's been a while, honestly. Yeah, it's been a while. I was doing the 6 there, and I thought I was leaking oil, but then it turned out it was the guy in front of me.
Sorry taking so long to reply. You said you were doing the 6 and I was like, damn it, right? I didn't reply till Friday.
But it's okay.
I gotta get with it, as you said.
Yeah, man. What the heck? Thank you.
I ate all the turtles you gave me. But I didn't run into the air problem where there's no filling in
Oh,
it.
that's good.
Didn't you have one? You opened it?
Yeah, there was nothing in it.
many minutes do we got at Mackenzie Town Terminal?
We have like 5 or 6, I think.
That's not a lot of time though.
Well, it's actually pretty good. From this point on now, we get from there to the next time when we get an extra 2 minutes. But we don't really need it, so we're just gonna wait at Mackenzie. But yeah, it's not bad. And then we have a little bit more time out here at the next line point.
I'll message you on the weekend just to confirm what route you're what time you're doing the 11, because I know the other guy, he does the 11 in the morning, then that bus switches and does 15 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 11 all day for me, but I'll have to check.
You felt bad. You were probably looking for me, but then Thursday morning I woke up not feeling so hot.
Yeah, that's not good.
And you know what the shitty thing is? You can't park. There's no parking at 39.
Well, it's actually not bad. Like there's like in that parking lot, there were quite a few spots.
Where is the parking lot, so I know?
Well, it's kind of like it's just like on the the tracks are here, so there's a parking lot on this side of the tracks.
It's kind of up the hill.
There's like a small little hill that you kind of go up. But yeah,
It's parking lot when you turn right off of McLeod Trail. There's a little spot.
yeah, you can go to that one, or you can keep going and you kind of just go past where the bus stop is, and it sort of takes you up.
Because you know what? I don't want to, like say if we're doing the 30 against them, I don't want to park at here just to take the train for 2 stops. I would park. I never park at Chinook.
No.
Too much that goes on there. I only did it once or twice. I wonder why you didn't get a change off for 7904 if the transmission was bad.
I just felt like it wasn't that bad. It was bad, but it could have, the next bus, it might have been worse, So I was like,
True. You could have gotten 7754 I told you about.
yeah.
Was it good once you got going?
Well, what I did is I put it in manual mode, and then I just did it so that it only went up to 30 here, right? So it didn't shift past 30.
Oh, you guys do have manual mode on these
Yeah,
buses.
so I did that, and I ran it like that for maybe an hour, and then I switched it back to regular mode, and it was good, but then it got bad again, so I don't know.
Maybe you're causing trouble, so they're giving you bad buses.
Yeah.
So this is a time point here.
I have like 8 minutes here. So guess what time it is? Subway.
Subway time. You always had that on the till too.
Subway.
I'm gonna miss these old and you know what? I like the 77. I'm even gonna miss these Series 2s when they're gone. But hey, they're only turning 17 years old, so no need to worry yet.
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you I also got the last 8000 series to my fleet, 8095. Some of them are so gutless, the 8s though. And the red ones are so bad for filtering, they smoke a lot. The white ones are not bad though, they have a better filtering. I think they're gonna have to overhaul this bus. Not the motor, just the body.
Yeah, I think so.
Retrofitted, like I know transmission, they do larvae and stuff. They do the motor. I've only seen a few times where they do the interior if it's really bad. You know what's a nice route? You can either get it out of Stony or Spring Gardens, is 129.
Oh, I've never done that. What is it?
But you've been by that, you would take me there on the 82 it.
Where does it go?
Sherwood, Sage Hill. It does a section of Edgemont when you're going back to Dalhousie. You never work out a spring much anymore. Oh, you know when you did the 76s? I did it a few months back. I see why you like the route. It's nice.
Yeah.
But so jammed with kids during rush hour. But hey, if I want pulling power, I would hear it. Like if you had this bus on the 76, you would hear it pulling up hills.
Hills, yeah. Definitely.
It's finally gonna warm up.
Yeah, I think so. I think we turned a corner.
Oh, today feels so hot though for some. I don't know if you were at work during the day, but there was something wrong with the CP rail crossing.
Yes, that was right when I started, yeah.
And 178 was late, and the 78 was due 35 minutes.
Yes.
As a result, 78 Sundance, you know how it normally stops at the other stop? Both Chaparral and Sundance had to stop where the 12 stops and stuff.
Yeah, I ended up leaving. I went, instead of turning left and going Shaughnessy that way, I went right and then sort of all the way around.
Detour just to get back to Somerset.
Yeah. Well, it was to get out of Somerset because I was already in, but.
And to get back in, some had to do it too.
Well, they did have a supervisor there who was lifting up the arm when a bus was, there. So if you saw a bus, he left the traffic through.
And with the delays, it was causing delays for the sea trains as well.
Exactly, yeah.
They're still using them poor old things from Germany. But then they have the garbage S200s. They're really bad, our new trains. But hey, you know what? I get them if it's something new to add to my fleet. If more come in, right? Why not? So you're not going back to the garage today. You get replaced by the night guy.
That's right, yeah.
You must have to get up at 9 then, which is not bad.
Yeah, I've actually been getting up at like 8. Just so I can have my coffee. Thank you. You're welcome.
You know how I go to bed super late? I've been going to bed at 3, which is late, but I mean, for a couple nights there, I didn't make it till 2 o'clock. I was going to bed at 1:30, so, yeah.
Is that when you were sick?
Like when I had that, when my stomach was going up and, I think it might have been, but I mean, I was just feeling a little extra tired trying to catch up too.
Do you think maybe it was COVID? Because I heard that stomach stuff was also a bit of a COVID thing.
Who knows, right? But I rested up if my stomach was not.
Yeah.
That could have very well been when I had that bad flu in December.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my daughter had it about a month ago. She had it for her second time.
Did she battle through it?
She battled through it. Yeah, it wasn't as bad the second time, but she wasn't too happy about it. And she did get a PCR test, like so it was confirmed.
She must have been cranky though, because she was kind of in the mindset, I just want to be done with this whole yeah. But hey, the at-home remedies really helps.
Yeah, I went and bought her a bunch of soup and some Gatorade.
That's what I did when I was sick.
Yeah, well, just what can you do, right?
You know what? It's gotta be more than that.
Yeah, I think so. It's also really sunny.
I couldn't even wear my sweater in the vehicle today. So weird not having this route really busy, because I've taken it when it was quite busy a few times.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't send out an Arctic for this route sometimes.
Yeah, kinda, hey?
But all the Arctics are being used for the 3 and 301.
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you VP is having quite a few breakdowns that they're having to put Arctics on 40-foot runs?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
VP's still short a few mechanics though.
Yeah.
Poor Vic Park, if it's not a mechanic shortage, it's a bus shortage. Then it's that.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why they're moving buses from Spring to work out of, have temporary work out of EP for like a week or a week and a half, however long they need them there. Then they go back to Spring. I actually had 7904 the last time I did this route.
Oh, okay.
You haven't taken me on a 77 forever, I just realized that. They're getting out now.
Yeah, and I get to just avoid it. I think they get out in like 5 minutes.
You would be getting a handful if you get them when they're just getting out, though.
Yeah, totally.
You won't get a handful on the 11. Sometimes you do. You know how the 12 really loads up at Fish Creek? You get a handful at Somerset at the hour, but it's not a lot of
No,
people.
it's not bad at all. It's been a long time since I did the 11, I'll tell you.
You'll probably get a 77 out of there.
Yeah.
Wasn't that painful on the not when I was on. I'm glad I didn't come on that day. That bus had no heat. You remember 70 at 41 had no heat. And then you had to shift it and keep it in third for an hour.
Yeah.
Why did you do that again? I forget.
Well, it just makes the engine like run a bit faster, harder kind of thing, and it's supposed to warm it up.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just doesn't help.
I'm surprised you didn't get a change off that day.
Yeah, you know how it is, right?
But I mean, the bus you would have gotten, its heater may have not.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, even 7936 wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Like, the heater would be fine, then it would get cold when you were driving it.
Right, yeah. Some quirks to these.
Thanks for not turning the heat on today. It would be too much. Last time I had this bus, it had problem with the heater when George took me. But I mean, it was a nice day, so he didn't bother getting a change off. It was like 5 or 6, so.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, now you stop at Mackenzie because I know you go by it right when you're finishing your first leg of your trip. You go by it and there's a big stop there.
Yeah, exactly.
This bus rattles a bit at idle, but it's not that bad of a rattler, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's not bad. Not too bad.
These Series 2s are always pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say this bus has over 500,000 overall, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're rebuilding the motor, but it's the same motor, right?
Yeah.
Now the 7900 Series 1s, when they first came out of Anderson, boy, the retarders were tight because they were sitting for a while, right?
Yeah, when they're like that, I just shut that retarder off. It's just not worth it.
But if the retarder's good, you have it on.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, there's your favorite. And my favorite. Not really, not.
Yeah, I like them because they're quiet. I'll give them that. But
Ugh. Shitty seats, though.
yeah,
But I mean, they're doing a lot of that to these buses here.
yeah,
Like 8055 has red seats
I
now.
noticed that. Yeah, they're putting some of those plastic seats in.
But from what I've heard, they're a little better than the Novas.
I've managed to get fits for every week. So like that work that he's doing, I had that for like 3 weeks. And yeah,
So it wasn't really you were on spare board the whole time.
Yeah, it was fine.
Was it the same key every week, right?
Yeah, that was the guy who normally does that is away, like he's off sick. Yeah, I got that work for 3 weeks, and then now he's had it for about 3 weeks.
What else did you do on spare board? What was your other route? And luckily you got it all out of Vic Park, which was nice.
Yeah, I think I had that, and then I went one other week or something.
You didn't have to do the 3, did you?
No.
Oh, that was your day, right?
Yeah, that's what that guy is doing. So it's kind of, it's pretty good. Like there's, like you're not just on one thing all day. I didn't mind having did actually. What the heck was it for? But I know I got changed up right in front of Vic Park. They were like, oh, we'll come and get you downtown. And then the bus was sitting there, and the patrol called me, and he's like, oh, actually, we're just at Vic Park. So when you come in to do your 24, we're going to be sitting right there. And I was like, okay. Sure.
The bus that you were changing off, was that the bus you were supposed to have for the remainder of the day?
Yeah.
That's where Anderson really comes in though, if your bus breaks down.
Yeah. It's so handy. Like anything in the south, yeah.
Not for guys that work on that have Artex though.
No.
I don't think they even have the machine for that, right?
Yeah, no, they don't.
And you couldn't fit an Artec in there.
I mean, you probably could if you tried hard enough, but I don't think they.
Isn't Spring one of the bigger garages besides Stony as well? But they don't have the machine for the Artex though, that's the problem.
Yeah, I think it's also like, like the pit thing, right? That you drive over.
Yeah.
They've got like the 60-foot pit, which they also have.
Since they cut service, the Artecs are out for less time now. Hopefully you don't have to do the Route 1 anytime soon.
Actually, I think that's what I was doing for that 1 week. I think I did, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm remembering. It was week of spare board, but it was a weekly bid.
So it's not really, you know, you were on spare board kind of, but
Yeah, but I had the same work all week. Yeah, that's right.
so you were just doing vacation runs, modified schedule, pretty much.
Yeah.
I hate when the door acts up, you try to push on it sometimes and it doesn't want to go. You know, it's probably been forever since you've driven a 2004, the 2004 new Flyers that we have.
Is that the one with the strip on the door? Or what?
It's there's 7859 through 90.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably.
Wow, you'll be back in 12 minutes. Holy. This is the only time you'll see me this week because on Friday I'm going out with my grandma, so
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to make sure to get one day this week for sure.
What are you and your grandma doing?
We're going down to Ogden Pizza.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Is it good pizza? I've never been there.
Yeah, it's great pizza.
Yeah.
Relative signatures, Jocelyn.
Oh, did you get you got an Arctic on the Route 1 then, right? An Arctic?
Yep, I sure did.
I know you don't drive Arctics much, but what do you think of them?
They're alright.
I would refuse to drive them in a snowstorm.
Yeah,
though.
that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, they're just.
And they were out yesterday when the snow hit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the problem.
And I don't think, you know, I would like, but I mean, I hear they're very fun to drive when it's a nice day.
Yeah, some of them are just so nice and smooth and just so.
And I know you don't like the Excelsior line, but a couple of the XT60s you got on 82 were actually quite nice.
Yeah. I mean, they're fine.
It's the XT40s you really don't like.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Now the XN40s, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know 8201, 8202, the Excelsior natural gas buses? They're pretty fun to be on.
Yeah.
They're 10 years old this year.
That's crazy.
And they're the only, yeah, that would be it, right? They're the only natural gas New Flyer buses we have at the Stony Brook.
Did you see that video of that natural gas bus that went up in flames? I think it was in Italy.
No, what happened?
I don't know, but it was.
Something blew, probably.
Yeah, like it was just like spewing flames from like two different parts of it. It just was yesterday that somebody posted it. Like, if you search it up, you should be able to find it.
Wow. let our buses catch fire a lot of the time. We've had a few, but they do a pretty good job.
Yeah, they sure do.
Now, them old trains, if they use them till they can't run anymore, then that's dangerous.
Yeah, no kidding.
But why not if they're still working, right?
Yeah.
But in a few more years, they'll have no more left. It'll just be finished. Do you go by where the 2 goes? No, on the 6, right? Because 2 goes to Clarny, but that's 17th Avenue. 17th Avenue Southwest, right? But I think 6 goes to Clarny, but isn't it a different thing? You don't, you know.
Yeah, a little different getting in there, yeah.
Yeah. 6 is a nice route.
It's not bad, yeah.
Except it goes downtown. That's the only bummer.
Yeah.
But you're not downtown for long.
No, it's, yeah, exactly.
See, you know, you're in 3rd right now and you hear the engine go. That's a good thing about a diesel, they pull. This is one of the all-day buses, I think. He goes out of service at, this one goes out of service at 12 something. Oh, this part's fun when the motor kicks in. It was fun when you had 7750 because that has a different axle. When you were doing a 14, even with the heater on, you hear that motor. What are you going right now? What are you going right now? I can't tell because the engine is so high.
I'm doing 90.
I was gonna say. Imagine if these had no governors on them, what 120 would feel like the most.
That'd be bad.
I know when some of the Jimmies didn't have the governors, you would be going 120 in a Jimmy.
Yeah, but I got caught if Jimmy shut down on me one time.
And it had no governor, right?
I still have a governor.
But George told me, I remember when they had no governors and he would be going down barefoot. I miss the old GMC buses. If they were low floor, they would probably still be running them.
Yeah, probably.
But they burned so much oil in the end, you could...
Yeah, probably not good for the environment.
Oh, but you wouldn't beat the motor down with a leaking oil or not, you would still run. If these were leaking a bunch of oil, though, with a Jimmy, you could kind of get away with it. But if you had one of these and they were leaking a bunch of oil, you would have to get a change off. There's an Arctic down there, but he's doing the 14 next. As you can see, you know that Arctic.
Yep.
They have 2 Arctics on 14 now.
Yep.
For rush hour.
Yeah, I think he picks up all those kids, dumps them off, and then picks normally would pick all these kids.
Oh my god, and when he normally gets into Bridelwood, even with an air ticket, it's a full standing low.
Yep.
I would not want to be on there with the...
No, that's a bit much.
Driver, could you stop the bus? I missed my stop. Well, that's what the bell's for.
Yeah.
Or sometimes if I don't ring the bell, I give them advance notice. Like,
Yeah.
like George, I didn't have to ring the bell because he knew where I was getting off or if I was staying on for 2 or 3 trips. Now this trip here would normally be packed. The trip you're doing next. What, you get half of a load?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
I'm getting off at Bridelwood, just so you know.
Okay.
Is that a different bus?
That's the...
Stop or get on?
Yeah, I'm talking about this. I just call it Bridelwood sometimes.
That's fair.
George did it, and he asked me where I'm going to get on tomorrow. I was like, tomorrow I might be at Bridelwood. See you. Have you done the 168 that goes to Legacy and stuff?
I have, yeah.
That's not a bad route.
I didn't like it.
You know what? I would have to say there's way too many roundabouts.
That was my problem. I couldn't figure out which one I was supposed to turn on. I did that route like I did 5 trips on it and I still didn't have it figured
The
out.
whole layout on it is not bad. It's just the
Yeah,
roundabout.
I just couldn't understand what I was doing.
The whole route of the layout is nice, but I mean, it's just roundabouts.
Yes, and everything looks the same. It's like, okay, I'm turning left at this pond. Well, then there's another pond, and there's more apartment buildings that look like the other ones. And it's like, that doesn't help me.
You may be right behind the 167 when you're supposed to be going the opposite direction
Exactly.
of the 167, right?
Yeah.
Now there's a bus that has no shocks. The shuttle buses.
Yeah, some of those are so rough. Like, it's just like, whoa.
Super famous fabric.
I think you, even though you don't like the XT40s, I think you'd rather drive them than a Nova any day, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Approaching Chicago Boulevard. Chicago.
Well, thanks for the trip.
Hey, no problem.
Nice to see you.
Yep, good to see you. I'm glad you're feeling better. That's good.
I gotta eat soon, else my stomach will be doing the thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's normal though.
Yeah. Whoa. Watch what you're doing.
Approaching Chicago.
He couldn't wait to get out there.
It's like, whoa. Thank you. You're welcome.
I think if all schools were in, you would come in half loaded to Bridelwood already.
Yeah, they all get on right there. And then we go and we get the rest of them at the station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're testing the crossing today.
Yeah.
See here, he normally stops back there, the Sundance, but they couldn't because the crossing was all shit, going all freaking out, you know what I mean?
Yep, I know.
But it was putting buses 35 minutes behind schedule sometimes, yeah. Have a good day, Stacy.
You guys want the round?
Yeah.